You'll be seeing this a lot. I guarantee it. Why hello there guys, it's BigBearBoi. Yes, that's actually the name. Welcome to my channel. We're going to be taking a look at Dead Cells today. But before we do, I would like to thank all of my 8 subscribers for signing up. From which 4 is my family, 1 is me with a fake account, and the rest are my friends. Which is kind of sad. So Dead Cells is a metroidvania style of game, which genre originates from the classic Nintendo titles, Metro Redux and Sonic Mania. It's also a roguelike, which means if you die once, you go right back to the starting line without any get out of jail free cards. You either start over and or you throw your machine out the window and yourself right after it. You begin the game in a prison cell, in a dungeon, in a castle, on an island. And in this place everything tries to kill you. But occasionally you will meet some friends who will accompany you through your journey, providing you with advice and encouragement. Always being there for you. Well, mostly. As you can probably see by now, the game emulates a 16-bit style SNES era game, which has lately been kind of a fad. You see pixel graphics everywhere. Pixels, 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 pixels. I'm not even sure why it's such a big thing. I mean, great actor, sure, but the movie wasn't even that good. So while being a Metroidvania, or Roguevania, apparently, the game reminds me of Binding of Isaac the most, if anything. In regards that it has literally a shit ton of items that you get semi-randomly, and all of those items have different levels and different additional abilities assigned to them. And believe me, it makes a huge difference what level you acquire. Yeah, that's the same thing. That's the same thing. Throughout your runs, you will find blueprints. Now these blueprints are essential to progress through the game. Basically, these provide new items you can get in later runs. After you die. A lot. Some of these items are great and let you have tactical advantages like bows and traps and bombs. And then, some are the infantry grenade. You unlock the items gradually for which you have the blueprints for by gathering cells via butchering enemies and spending them at the collector, who is this big guy over here, who apparently has a board game too, about cells. Yeah guys, great theme for a game. I mean, look at the glucose transporter damage. Who wouldn't want to play a game about a transport mechanism for the movement of large quantities of molecules into and out of cells? Anyway, this fine entrepreneur gets you new items, and because the game takes place on an island, you could say that you sell cells in a cell on the seashore, so when you shell out cells you shall not see seashells but surely shall score swords for cells sold. I'm proud of that. Now, about the plot of the game, it's something along the lines of you are an immortal bunch of cells mixed with some plants that is infected by a disease known as Malaysia that can possess a dead body and bring it back to life. So whenever you die, it's actually just the body dying, but the cells remain intact and can simply possess a new dude. So basically plants are immortal. Mine at home would probably disagree. But it's actually refreshing to hear for once why you respawn over and over instead of just, oh, I don't know, because bonfire warm? Either way, the gameplay feels pretty slick. Tight controls, fast-paced action, rapid dodges, good telegraphing from the enemies, and every death feels like it's your own fault. It's fair. Yeah, fair. At the end of every level, there are some locked doors you can open when you meet certain criteria. This means that you basically can choose between 2 different playstyles. The fast as fuck, boy! For which you need to speedrun the stage, but you get compensated for it, with a good amount of gold, cells, and even an item. Or Thorough Boy, which means you explore the whole level. This method probably nets you more items and cells from enemies. Now you would think that each enemy drops the same kind of cells, but that's not true. There's this guy. Don't get cells from this guy, cause this guy is pure cancer. Then there are bosses, of course. There's a couple of hidden ones, but for starters you are going to be fighting 3 of them. The first one is the Concierge. Oh yeah, French devs. A big guy, but he's slow. Keep dodging his lunging attacks, jump over the fire wave, and you'll be fine. Nothing really challenging here. Second one is the Timekeeper. Again, nothing special. Keep an eye out for his bombs. If he stacks 2 on you, you'll get stunned. Also, his ultimate is pretty nice. Try to silence him when he's on low health, otherwise he will revive himself. Just keep smacking him, he will die sooner than you will. And the last one, Hot K, also known as Hand of the King. Now this guy is something else. He's the end boss of the game, and fittingly so. You see this massive dude, and you already know, it's Gooby time. He'll beat your ass for sure a couple of times. He hits hard, ground stomps, summons minions, throws bombs, and he will ram you right up into spikes. You'll struggle to get to this guy, but when you eventually do, he'll destroy you. Next you prepare better, plan in advance, and he'll still kill you. Try after try, you'll end up dead. But there comes a time when you have the perfect items, when the stars align, you got the rhythm right, and you are in the flow. Heck, you are the flow. Your focus is perfect, your mind is clear, and with a firm, decisive blow, you will finally emerge triumphant. Now, with your foe defeated and the rewards reaped for your struggles, it is time for the most epic ending any game has ever had.
Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Epic. So, that's it. Congratulations, you completed the game. It's all over. Or is it? Well, it turns out this was only beginner mode. Once you've defeated Hot K, you get a boss cell. What is a boss cell, you ask? Well, it's basically a difficulty setting. You get one each time you complete the game with the maximum amount of boss cells you have. You put them in this machine, and in return you get less healing, more difficult areas, new and stronger enemies, spreading Malaysia, PTSD. Trust me, even at one boss cell, the difficulty will freaking blow your head off. I've gotten as far as 2 boss cells, but even there, the first area is getting out of hand, and there are a total of 5 of these things. Anyway, it's a great game if you enjoy broken controllers and want to go to bed staying awake all night, thinking what you could have done better in your last run. Well guys, that's it for today. Now look at this animated arrow that took me 3 hours to make. That was cool, wasn't it? Now please subscribe if you enjoyed it, or leave a comment, or leave a like, or just leave. And I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care.